Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live stream Friday night chat and members prize draw. How are you all doing? There's already 20 people in here. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can see me okay before we start getting into it. Any questions, please stick them in capitals in the chat and I'll try not to miss any. No Brian tonight because he's running off AA batteries, but you'll have to keep an eye on his channel for that one. Barry says, was the shave off ready for Movember? No, I didn't even think of Movember, to be fair. I'll have to speak to my workplace and see if they want to go for that. But believe it or not, I'm being John McClane from Die Hard 1 for a Halloween party tomorrow. Don't worry, I'll get some pictures and get them on. But I had to lose the beard to be John McClane. So there you go. That explains that one. Let's have a scroll down. Hi, Dawn. Hello, Brian. Hello, Miss Worm. Phil. Indy Scott. Brian. Learner Prepper. That wee fresh face. It's definitely not fresh. I think I look older. I can see more weathering when they take the beard off. It hides a lot of sin, does that beard? Stranger danger, there's no beard. Early videos, I was like this. Early videos. It's not like this is a new thing for you all. Why are you in a cupboard? I'm not. I'm in my new little studio corner with my bumpy foam walls and hopefully better lighting. There was supposed to be a better camera, but the power unit that I got for it came and didn't work. So there you go. That explains why I'm in a cupboard. I've just explained that one, Brian. Pay attention. Pay attention. Hopefully not a closet. Not a closet. I'm not coming out of anything. Have you got any John McClane lines in your repertoire? I really think I'm going to watch it tonight to like get a refresh. But, you know, when I get there, I've got to say, welcome to the party, pal. Well, there's a few lines I remember. What's up, Suburban Prepper and Liz? Nice to see you guys here. Suburban Prepper, we need to arrange when we're doing our podcast. That should be this weekend, I believe. I could do with something like that when I'm recording. Yeah, there you go. Come to my studio, Miss Worm. Right, so tell you how it's going to work. 39 people in here. We're not going to spin the wheel straight away. We're going to give it 10, 15 minutes. Just talk some crap. Feel free to get some questions in. Anything prepping, anything not prepping, whatever you want, as long as it's not all beard related. Get them in now. We'll have a chat. Time for anyone to join as a member last minute, and I will stick you on the wheel. And then we will run the wheel. And we will be running the wheel twice because we have this month's mystery box, which the members wanted as a prize. And then last month's unclaimed prize. It will not go back into stockpiles. It will get drawn tonight. So 2 prizes up for grabs tonight. And if you don't claim them, guess what? They'll roll over to next month. So if nobody claims, by the 6 months' time, we're going to be giving away loads at the same time. So please claim your prizes if you win. What's everyone doing for Halloween? That'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on that. Anyone got any plans for Halloween? Free all weekend, just let me know. It's probably going to be Sunday Suburban, if you can make Sunday evening, but later evening, I think, possibly 8, half 8, something like that. Because I'm at a Halloween party tomorrow night, so that came out of blue. I reckon that's a spare set of false teeth. What is? This is the jingle that's confusing you. There's lots of jingly things in there. Unclaimed prizes should be divvied up between the mods. Well, if mods were members, they'd be in the draw. That's all I'm saying. Kids party. Don't envy you there. And I've got my boys coming for Halloween, so I'll be taking them out trick-or-treating. I'm kind of here listening. Just do some mad scientist wiring. Okay? Mad scientist wiring. I don't have a proper costume. It says, what's a proper listen, Tuck, I got a white vest that's a gym vest that I already had. Blood stained, blood on the feet. Literally, my costumes cost me a little tub of fake blood. That's it. And some improvisation. But I've got to be barefoot at this party the whole time, which is going to be uncomfortable for a lot of people. Cheers, Suburban. I have news on this, Philip. I have news on this. So, my army application is slightly delayed because we are waiting for the GP to release the medical records to the army. Okay. So, we're on a waiting game at the moment before I can get in for anything like that. It's basically just to say, I'm not going to keel over and die during selection. So, we're on a waiting game at the moment. Thanks for asking. Are we having a Halloween party? Oh, you are having a Halloween party. Nice. Adult one or kids one? There's two different types of Halloween party. Hi, Kelly. How you doing? Who hates you and bought you the jumper? There's nothing wrong with my jumper. I quite like my jumper. What's wrong with my jumper? I feel dead 90s in it. Don't diss the jumper. I thought it was a question till I saw the answer. What's the best way to carve wood? Whittle by whittle. Love it. Devon has become a new member. Let's add Devon to the wheel so he doesn't miss out on this opportunity. Devon, you are now on the wheel. Thank you for becoming a member. It really does help me out and support the channel. I think he looks more like Alec Baldwin than Bruce Willis. Shocking behavior. Welcome, Devin. Hope you win the new Force team. What makes you think they're new? Honestly, what makes you think they're new? Oh, don't need to do that in my ear. Thank you very much. Clear that. There we go. Thank you. Will save me going to Turkey if I do. That's Devin. There you go. No, he's not even. He's a participant and a volunteer. He is not a member. Miss Worm wasn't even a volunteer. She just arrived and I just made her a mod. It's a cry for help. How is this jumper a cry for help? There's nothing wrong with my jumper. Leave the jumper alone. We'll be disqualified. Hello, Pro Plus kid. I will mention you have to be over 18 to claim the mystery box. I'll say no more. It's got to be the first one, Tuck. It's got to be the original. I don't know how anyone could possibly argue with that. There we go. Kelly's on side. Jumper looks cozy, to be fair. Right. You've still got time to join as a member. Devon's just joined. He's added to the wheel. I'm going to pull the wheel up and we're going to do the redraw first. Okay? So, in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to pull the wheel up and we're going to do the redraw. That is for this radio, which was unclaimed after the last one. And the charging dock, USB charging dock. This is all brand new. So, let's get this one giveaway first. Die hard with a jump. I have a question. We have had the RAF and knocking our door, asking my husband if he wants to join. Is this normal or not? Rejoin? Is he previously trained? Or just random recruiters knocking on the door? I've never heard of that, to be fair. But if he's previously trained as a pilot of any sort of skilled technician, they do ask people to rejoin when they need positions. Yeah, Kelly confirms that's not normal. Doesn't sound it. Like I say, unless he's previously trained. Yes, quality actor. What a miss that man will be. Right, let's get the wheel up and do the first part of the draw. Dooba-dooba-doom. Woohoo! A wheel. A wheel. Right. Can everyone see the wheel? Remember, this is the redraw. So even after this, you've still got time to join as a member to get into this month's draw for the next 10 minutes. So for the radio, here we go. Good luck, everyone. Oh, don't trust it till it stops. Hey, Kelly, you have the radio. Background sound effects there as well. So, Kelly, you've won the radio, so you can stay in touch come SHTF. I believe you're in here at the moment. There we go. Kelly, make sure you chuck me an email. The email's ukurbanprepper@gmail.com with your address, and I'll get that sent out to you this weekend. So it should be with you early next week. That's not all. We have still got the mystery prize to go. Anyone's got any questions in the meantime, please get them in the chat. Sensible, ideally, but you know, either or. Let me know your thoughts. How's your prepping going? What do we think of the escalation of North Korean troops in Russian uniforms? Whatever you want to talk about. Divine Warrior says, hello all. Sam Willis says, congratulations. How do I win? I just got it. This is a members draw, Divine. So it's anyone that's a member of the channel. We do a monthly draw This month is 2, so we've just done the redraw from last month because it was unclaimed. And then in about 10 minutes, we'll be doing the mystery box draw, which is full of random prepping knickknacks, as it were. Yes, that's you. You won. No, if it was Monkey Wrench, it's all based off the username that I see on the members thing. So it's you. It's definitely you there, Kelly. There's no other Kelly on there. Spring 2025 is going to be exciting and smoky. That's a scarily ominous premonition. Apparently signs of North Korean troops in Kursk now. Yeah, I know that they were training over there. They reckon about 1,500 to begin with. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. If they're gonna trade with North Korea, one thing North Korea's got plenty of is bodies. You are not a member, Divine. It's you would be green like Devon and Kelly below you if you remember. The mural at Denver Airport is starting to look very spooky. I'm in overdrive on power stations at the minute, just building another one now. Is that ramping up because of the state of the world? Interestingly enough, Brian, I need power banks. Bloody hell. Brian's doing a video, currently filming it right now, which is going to be really interesting. Anyone's interested in powering up during blackouts, then make sure you've subscribed to Scottish Prepper 73 for his upcoming video. Should be out in the next few days, hopefully. No, Anthony, I can't get them round here. You cannot get a Palmo in the Northwest. It's evil. How long do you believe before we are all in on this World War III thing? Difficult one, because if you ask me, it's already happening. Just because we're doing it from a backseat driver position at the moment doesn't mean we're not in it. But officially declared in a state of war, no idea. I expect 2025. Hopefully, we'll make it to next year without incident. But I expect it all to. It's either going to kick off in a big way or suddenly just all stop overnight and somebody's going to shake hands and we're going to be done. But I hope for the latter, but I expect the former. I'm up to 8 now, plus it's ridiculous, Rod. It's ridiculous. I can live without power. That's the ultimate prep, living without power, not relying on power stations. Pro Plus Kid. Question. Top 5 tips for a new prepper on a budget, please. How do I convince a reluctant hubby it's a sensible idea? The COVID, the whole pandemic, that should convince him. Anything happens like that, look how quickly the shops empty out. And it's a gradual process. If you're on a budget anyway, you're not going to be going out buying 50 years worth of food overnight and storing it in the garage, but you're going to be getting a couple of extra tins. Just build up a stockpile and eventually they'll come around to it. It's a difficult one, but often people are preppers without having the label. You know, they have first aid kits, they have food in the cupboards, etc. So why is he reluctant would be my question on that. That would be the main one. Why is he? What's the negative? Ask him why not is the question. say, you know, it makes me feel secure. Why not? You buy house insurance, you buy car insurance. Top 5 tips though. Number 1, be sensible. Stay away from the crazy ass fearmongers and the buy £380 worth of dried food today from my link kind of places, and just take it with a level head. Number 2, start small with small goals. So aim for 7 days worth of food, then make that 2 weeks. And once you've got to there, you can make it 30 days, but start small, small goals. Tip 3 is never forget water. You can stock as much canned food as you want. Water is your life. Not so much storage, but a way to filter unclean water, because that's something you're going to need to do. You cannot store enough water forever. So you've got to have a way to clean and filter water. Number 4, network. Speak to other preppers. Good start being on here. Have a look at forums. Have a look at prepper meets. Great to meet other people and start getting to know like-minded people. And number 5, have fun with it. We enjoy it, most of us. So, you know, do what makes you happy. Don't put yourself into debt for it. Don't stress your family out thinking doomsday is coming tomorrow. Just take it easy and enjoy it. I don't know if that was 5 tips or 3.5. I'm not sure, but that's my best thing off the top of my head. Hope that helps. Brian's just having a little conversation. What's that? Yes, they'll be decimated in short order, but puts more pressure on the West to send troops and support Western Ukraine. See, the thing is, I don't think so, Phil. Philip, you've got to remember, some of these Ukraine conscripts are getting, 6 weeks training? You'd taken in 1,500 North Koreans who have only known military training. It's a way of life there. I really don't think they're going to be this cannon fodder walkover regiment. I think they're going to be a force. I really do think they're going to be a force. That's all they've done is train for this. There you go. Tell them you're doing it purely for economic reasons and show them how much you can save. Yes, there you go. Once you've got over the initial hurdle of starting prepping and tinned food and stuff like that, I think it should be every prepper's goal in every way possible to become as self-sufficient as possible. Be that power, be that water, be that food, whatever you can do, as self-sufficient as possible. That's probably going to be the biggest issue. I would not be surprised on that one, Brian. Did a few North Korean soldiers surrender to Ukraine forces and defect? I've not heard this yet. I've not seen this yet, but that would not surprise me. An opportunity to get out of that country is going to be tempting for a lot of them. Thank you, Trade. Much appreciated. There we go. Remember, air filtration is paramount. Hydroponic fan, hydroponic carbon filter, about £65 for a fan filter, uses 30 watts per hour, 180 meters cubed per hour. Put filter on outside of bunker or safe room. Yes, good idea. And I believe, Mr. T, if I'm not mistaken, you can get ones like that. If the power's cut, it also has its own bellows, so you can literally hand pump it in an emergency. So worth looking out for that. Great advice. Thank you there, Mr. T. Just scrolling down. Mike, why would you want to live without power? I don't want to live without power. Don't get me wrong. I want everything to be hunky-dory I want to enjoy my time with my kids, have a nice Christmas, and do all that wonderful things. But I just believe prepping, if you are prepping for long-term grid down, as in power's gone, whether be that an EMP triggered, be it CME triggered, however it is, could just be degradation of the grid. If you're preparing for long-term power outages, you're now relying on technology, power banks, stuff like that. And some of them are great, wonderful, yeah, and they have 10, 20-year guarantees and stuff like that. Something goes wrong with it, though, there's no more warranty. There's no more spare parts. Unless you really are an electronics genius and you've got your own kit and you can rework, like solder things and things like that, you're still going to be victim to it. And I just believe prepping for a lifestyle without power, hand tools, hand pumps, things like that, Victorian style, or Amish, as it were, prepping like that is more of a long-term sustainable way of doing it. I will still have power banks. I will still have battery banks, things like that. I do still want to get some solar rigs as soon as I move house, but only for short-term preps. When it comes to long-term, I think no power is probably the way forward for me. Personally, just for me. He likes candles, says Scottish Prepper. That's his short version of it. I can definitely live without power, but only if we really need to. Would much rather have power than not. 100%. Yeah, I'm with you there. But a lot of preppers are on a budget. I'm on a budget. It's my own doing. I had too many children, so now money just disappears. So I can't afford to get the amount of power banks and solar I would like. But to get the non-electronic tools and preps like that is cheaper for me now. So I started with that, started prepping for no power. Everything's in place now where I think I could survive. So now, as long as we have peace times for another year or two, I can start looking at stocking up on the power. So it's probably just a priority order for me. TEG's thermoelectric generators are a couple of quid each on eBay. With heat on one side and cold on the other produces power. Good for log stoves. Interesting. Something I might have a look at. Thank you for that, Mr. T. Prep for yourself and something that he can run out of, and when he runs out of it, you have extra of it. There you go. That's what Monkey Wrench was saying about diarrhea pills. He's got loads of them, but it's a trading commodity. Oh, this is Miss Worm's 5 points, I believe, to convince the other half. Simple economics, redundancy, illness, having to take on relatives, children, pets, and peace of mind. There you go. Right, I'm just scanning quickly. If I miss your comments, I do apologize. I am glancing, looking for questions before we get to the end here, and I'll do this draw. Yes, can openers. Can openers. I've got the little mini ones, the little Camping Army ones, all over the place. Any recommendations where to buy reflective accessories for walking home on winter nights? Looking out for something decent without breaking the bank. If you want quality mixed with budget, honestly, I don't think you can go far wrong with Decathlon. Decathlon do have some more expensive stuff, but they've always got a lower price version of each thing. Reflective jackets, stuff like that. Obviously, eBay and Amazon are usually the go-tos for most people sat at home, but you never know the quality with Decathlon, with the Kesha stuff and things like that. You know you're going to get something half decent. And like you say, without breaking the bank. It's all right recommending a £300 jacket off a country website. We're not gonna pay that, right? If we're on a budget. So Decathlon is my go-to for anything like that, Lady J. Second to things like Go Outdoors, but I often find Go Outdoors, when you go cheaper, you do lose a lot of quality. North Korea troops have never been anywhere, though. Probably dodgy equipment too, and learning from Russians doesn't inspire confidence. There are lots of North Koreans, unfortunately, so this could expand. Yeah. Well, like I say, it's proof will be in the pudding, but I think they will be vastly underestimated. Yes, Lady J is the UK, I believe. Yes, it's about being able to live without power, not wanting to. That's it. There you go. At least you guys understand me. If I ramble, you at least, people like Kelly pull out the key points. Are you prepping for a pole flip? No, because I saw the videos, I saw the scare side of things on that, and so I followed up on it, like as much research as I possibly could, and we're looking at tens of thousands of years. It's a gradual process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I believe. So if I was prepping for that, it wouldn't be for me. It'd be for my great grandkids that might have to deal with it. 8 weeks last winter, no boiler, so much condensation. How do I defeat this? It's difficult. It's difficult. I lived in a house where it's good to have them little vents at the top of the windows if you can, and crack windows when you can put a bit of heat in. But go away. But I also used to get the little tubs. You can get them like in pound shops. Now, I'm not encouraging cheap, nasty stuff, but dehumidifier, if you can afford a big one, wonderful. But I couldn't go into pound shops. They look like little plastic tubs with a vent on top and balls in, and they absorb the water. I used to have one of those on each of my windowsills. It really did stop that condensation quite a lot, learner prepper. So something like that could help. If you can get an actual dehumidifier, even better. I also remember your car can be used as a power bank. My car certainly can be used as a power bank. I've got a nice 60 kilowatts sat there to charge things off if I had to. I've got the largest power bank ever parked outside my front of my house. LED flashing lights from Amazon, different colors with different meanings for different scenarios. Can get sticky versions. Interesting. Are we talking about signaling there? How long have you considered yourself a proper prepper? A proper prepper? So I don't know, quite a while. I was prepping 5-6 years before we had any sort of lockdowns. I've always had a pantry full of stuff. I've always had some sort of personal protection. I've always had hobbies that would cross over into prepping, like reenacting and things like that. So I've always had the stuff and gear. I've also had airsoft as a hobby. So I've always had military gear as well. As a proper prepper, I would say about, when was all the lockdown crap? Probably about 10 years, I would say. And the first time it ever came into use was when I lost my job when I was with my ex, and my older son now was still a baby, and we had no savings, and we literally lived off my entire prep cupboard for a month. And then I got another job and it was all okay. But yeah, that convinced my other half at the time this is a good idea to do. So probably it's about 10 years as a proper prepper, Barry, but I've always had an eye in it. There you go. An aircon unit with heating is a good option. Got some good reflective vests for my car kit on Amazon. Yeah. They do a full pack on Amazon and on eBay, and probably at Halfords and places like that, where it's like a breakdown pack, and that usually has 2 high vises with it. And if you're ever driving to Europe, you have to have a high vis for everybody in the vehicle. So make sure you have that packed. So if there's 4 of you in the car, even 2 adults, 2 kids, you need 4 high vises in there. So I've got them in there all the time now because we plan to drive into France and stuff. So just bear that in mind. Just trying to look out for questions. Sorry if I miss any of your comments, guys. I'm going to do the draw in about 2 minutes times. 2 minutes times. What's this one? New to prepping, but since I started, I've been going nuts looking for Jenny and Power Station now. And I'm all set, I think. Any tips on generators? Welcome. Mohammed, I would go and tune in to Scottish Preppers channel when it comes to power supply, stuff like that. And also the Everyday Prepper, Steve. He does a lot of stuff to do with that. I wouldn't like to give you any recommendations that would misguide you in any way. So go and see the experts and they will help you out. Go and check out their channels and comment on one of their videos. But it worries me that you say is I've been going nuts. What's made you start in such a frenzy with it, Mohammed, if you don't mind me asking? Yep. Prep has many meanings, mostly being self-sufficient. Like I say, as any sort of prepper, you've got a first aid kit under your sink. Guess what? You're a prepper. It's there. You're prepared for something that hasn't happened yet. As you start to become a proper prepper, you'll have tinned food and storage and water and filters and stuff like that. Every prepper, though, should eventually be aiming for this self-sufficiency in some way or another. I have a petrol one replacing next year for dual fuel. There you go. Right, let's do the other draw. I have 1 month of water and possibly could stretch the food to 3 months. But Kelly, do you have a way of filtering bad water? If you run out of that water, if a month of water is gone, can you go and collect some and filter it out? That's going to be key. Right, here we go. Let's get the wheel going. You've not won again, Kelly. That's from the previous one. Let's close that. Right. This is the draw. This is the members draw. Let me double check the members list to make sure nobody has sneakily joined before we draw it. I don't want to miss anybody out. Memberships. Nope. Devon was the last person to join. Okay, so this is the members draw now for this month. The mystery box of random goodies. I will show you this mystery box after it's claimed and the person has received it and opened it and done all that. I'll then show you what I put in there. So I'll film it before it's gone off, but I won't publish that film until afterwards, so you get to see what they won. Here we go. Spinning. Who's it gonna be? Oh. Don't trust it till it stops. Oh, it's Gary. There you go. And there he is. Gary, you've won a mystery box of random mic things. Is it? If you feel safe to receive this, then chuck me an email with your address on at ukurbanprepper@gmail.com. Send me your address and I'll get that shipped out to you this weekend. There we go. I'm so glad that 2 people won that are actually in the chat now. That is awesome. So Kelly has got her radio, so she can start annoying everyone on the networks. And then the mystery box for Gary. I'll let you know what's in the mystery box after Gary tells me he's received it and he's absolutely horrified and is disgusted by what I sent him. Then I'll publish the video. I'm joking, Gary. It's absolutely fine. Hopefully there's a few things in there that you've not thought of or could just be extras for you. Thank you, everyone, for entering. Don't forget, this is every month now. I do believe both of these will get claimed, so we'll have no rollover month for November. But if you join any time from now into November, you'll be entered into the draw for the next one. Also, still trying to work out a 5,000 subscriber thing because I want it to be something special. So just bear with me on that one. That's not for members. That's for absolutely everyone. So I'm working on something for that, and I will let you know. It'll be a good prize for that one. Every time Putin opens his mouth, I get a rush of blood and I'm off again. Stop myself before, but then he kicks off again. Well, this is it. You've got to be able to have a calm mind. I think that's a key thing for preppers. Is respond, don't react. Okay, so something happens outside of your control, don't flip your lid, don't go nuts, don't go and suddenly buy every single can of tuna in Morrison's. Step back, think about it logically, and think what you can do to control the area around you. Yes, Kelly, in peace times to transmit, you do. Now, you do not need a license to listen in. So you can tune into different channels and you can listen in and you can monitor airwaves. Come SHTF and without rule of law, that goes right out the window, right? So just make sure anybody else you know within your network knows if it all goes wrong, what channel to find you on and sort that out. It's a good thing to have as a prepper, even if you don't do the license. I'm assured by Steve, the everyday prepper, that doing the license is a doddle. I'm going to do it, just not got around to it yet. But that's up to you. So it's a good prep to have either way. But if you get the license, then obviously you can get a bit of training in with it. There you go. Don't let it overtake your life. Well said there, Brian. Exactly. Learn a prepper. If SHTF happens, who cares if a license is required? So I've got 4 of these, which are like the Baofeng ones. Really good. I've also got 2 extended batteries on 2 of them. I've also got 8 of the normal 2-way radios. I've got them primarily for just immediate like mags or situations like that, but also for the prepper meets that we're organizing, so I can be in touch with staff and stuff like that. So I've got short range radio communication, longer range radio communication, and I'm currently working on a home CB setup. more of a hobby, but you don't need the license for CB. So it's something I want to try. Also, hopefully, Meshtastic soon. Don't know what that is. Stay tuned. You'll find out in a video coming soon. I get the same feeling every time Orange Man opens his. Oh dear. Sambo, any tips on persuading the wife to prep? Yes, don't. Just encourage her own hobbies. You know, if it's prep related, like sewing, bonus. But other than that, let her do her own thing. Let her know that this is your hobby and it puts less stress on other people. Hopefully, you can do some outdoor activities and that would get her interested in that side of things. But often I find the juice has got to be worth the squeeze, right? Don't force your hobbies and your way on other people, but prep on behalf of them. I'm prepping for me, my partner, for my kids. And I don't expect them to be going out getting preps and stuff. But over the last year, because I've been so active with it, she's got to the point now where she's like, oh, that'd be a good idea for your preps. Oh, that'd be good to put it away in the storage unit. That'd be good to put in the prep room. So they kind of come on board naturally, but just don't try and persuade. Is my advice anyway. Recommend Mohammed get a prepper library so you're not just all gear, no idea. By the time you learn that, you'll have many ideas. Yes, this is key. Even somebody with unlimited budgets, I would back people I know with no money but training over them any day. Getting skills, stuff like that is key. Over the next couple of months, I'm going to be taking you guys along with me on archery lessons. And that's hopefully going to develop into some other stuff. And as we move into next year and I can find spaces on the courses, we'll be joining the Prepared Pathfinder down at the bug out and doing some of his courses. Skills and stuff like that, invaluable and a lot of fun to learn as well. There you go. I'll speak to you about that afterwards, Brian. I don't know about that one. Never pay full price apart from fresh stuff. That right there is a woman after my own heart. Show my age now. Back in the 80s, I had CB radio. I used to use the USB LSB to talk to people all over the world. Yeah, it's kind of it's come back a bit. There's not as many people using it and stuff now, but I still want to get my hands on a decent setup and give it a try. And it would be nice to get a network of people, like-minded people who have that other form of communication. Do. God, you guys are active in the chat tonight. Take the wife shopping for food when the supermarket's is shut and then say, see, prepping good. Simple, Mr. T, simple. I told my wife, help me prep or help me find a mistress. He bought a canner and a rifle. Excellent quality, practical advice, as always, from our community here. Would recommend buying a ration pack and taste testing it with your missus. Tell them it's a good idea to stock some gradual build up. Yeah, I'm not sure with the ration stuff. It's difficult with rations. It depends what your prepping term is. Canned food will often last longer than wet pack rations. Dried food will last a lot longer than wet pack rations. So, depending on how long you expect to be prepping for, or the situation, or if, like my friend the ration nerd, you just eat rations because it's fun and it's nice and it's good, and you cycle them like you would normal food, then that's fine. But just be careful when you're getting rations of how long you store them for. Terrible advice on GMTV when one of the prepper shops went on there and said, yeah, just buy these rations, held up a wet ration, buy these and throw them in the cupboard and forget about them for 25 years. Don't do that, especially if it's a chicken one. You'll kill somebody. Please don't do that. I'm lucky, whereas my partner and kids both love the dried pasta meals and things like that. So that's going to come in handy. Paid £55 in April for my 20-pack of coffee. Today was £78. I've noticed that, Dean, with coffee. Coffee has been going up quite a bit. I have an abundance of coffee at the moment, but it's not good coffee. It's 3-in-1 sachets, but I have about 600 of them. So if it hits the fan and I've got to ration myself to 1 coffee a day, I've got 2 years worth of coffee. And my partner doesn't drink coffee, so it's all mine. I agree with Mike very much. How my hubby got on board. Now he sees things and suggests stuff all the time. Yeah, exactly. It's just, it becomes, and they do see the value of it over time, because even if SHTF doesn't happen on a global scale, often things can happen on a personal scale. And I don't know, the power might be down in your area for a few days and all the shops are closed and you didn't have anything again. You can go to the prepping cupboard. They'll see the value of it over time when it comes to situations like that. Survival Lily did a good video, best way to keep warm next to fire, do's and don'ts. I'll have to have a look at that one. I sent a message out to Survival Lily to try and get her on the podcast, but didn't get a response, unfortunately. Too big for me. Would you prioritize some gear over skills or just skills? Priority, skills, but only skills to the gear you have. All right. So, I mean, it makes no sense to go and get all the archery lessons if you don't own a bow. Yeah. So, see where I'm going with that. But skills, I would definitely, you could prioritize alongside purchasing. Yeah. So, if you plan to go out and live in the wilderness, like a Bear Grylls kind of situation, make sure you've got a decent blade, decent ferris rod, things like that. You know, all the bits you need, but the skills are important. It's not so much that they're more important than some vital equipment, but they're definitely more important than getting the latest gadget and stocking up from everything you could possibly think of. Have you all remembered to like this video? I'm sure they have, Miss Worm, but thank you for the reminder. I've literally got 5 minutes left, guys, and I'm gonna have to shoot. So any last minute questions, just get them in. I'm trying to scan through. There we go. Skills are the first port of call, says Ready Prepper One. They definitely are. I emphasize skills more because it's overlooked, because there is a million preppers. I've done videos on it as well, so I'm not completely innocent here, but there's a million prepper channels telling you what to buy. Buy this, buy that, buy this, buy this, stock this, stock that, stock this, stock this. And you could follow them all, but you need to have skills. And we're not just talking, we need you to be able to make fire from, you know, just 2 sticks. We're not talking about all the primitive skills, all the bushcraft skills, just the skills that you'll need everyday life. Growing food and how to look for foraging and things like that. Cooking is a skill. Sewing is a skill. All right. So don't think when we're talking about skills, we're just talking about being able to shoot a squirrel running at full pelt across a tree with a bow from 100 yards. We're talking about everyday life skills, things that an older generation might take for granted. But anyone who went to school in the last 10 years may not have done as much as we did when we did home economics and woodwork and things like that. So it's forgotten skills, a lot of it as well. There you go. You can read that one. I can't say it out loud because I've just had a video removed for that reason. I can't give any sort of medical advice, even though I don't give medical advice, but you know, apparently it was. But hey ho, this is how we roll. It could save your ass. You never know. No questions, just happy that my train was cancelled. Oh, I hope you're not stuck somewhere, Dean. Squirrels on every time I mention squirrels in my head, only so few people will get this reference, but in my head it's Blackadder and the shooting the squirrels in the trees. But yeah, that's what goes through my head every time. I do need to brush up on my pole dancing skills. They teach that today at the local comprehensive. Wow. I mean, I suppose in Teotihuacan, you might have a barter skill there with that one, you know? Everyone needs a hard copy of their digital data. Now, we're going to disagree slightly here, because if I had a hard copy of all my digital data, I would need a room to put it in. And I would never carry it out in a fire because it's just going to be tinder here anyway. So I did a video not so long ago on, it's actually in my get home bag at the moment, so I can't grab it. But it's the USB stick, not just waterproof, dustproof, and shockproof, but also securing that digitally so you can't get onto it. So, you know, and if it comes to the point where all the digital world's gone anyway, your paperwork's not going to mean much anyway. Well, if you can, if you've got the luxury of, yes, it's good to have hard copies. Personally, for me, I have multiple backups on secure USB sticks in different locations, in different kits. That's my solution to that one. It does. It does, Brian. It does. And that will be a tradable commodity. You will definitely trade me many pies for a stick of that. Stuck at work, but not. Oh, you're a trained driver, Dean. All right. Oh, I think you've mentioned that before when we mentioned your pay rise. He's complaining the trains are delayed. It's his fault. He sat there watching us. Right. On that note, Miss Worm, I think we'll come to the end of this live. So I really do appreciate all your support. We've only got 20 members at the moment, so it's great opportunity to get involved in these draws and things like that, and other stuff we'll do for our members community. But the people that are members, I really do appreciate you. You're keeping this going, and you're really helping me out. I've had nothing but equipment failures recently, so all these little donations that members make really do help out. Otherwise, I'd be really knackered, to be fair. And then you get amazing people like the Rasher Nerd, who sent me a massive donation that helped me get my computer up and running again. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But I don't want any more off you, just your support. Everybody in here, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment on a video. If you see trolls on my videos, go and tell them to do one, and you know, have a fight in the chat by all means. I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Goodbye.